Hey everybody, what is going on? What day is it today? It's Tuesday. I just got done watching my brothers Jeff and Papa Pete on Papa Pete's channel, and they had a great interview tonight. What a good time they had, man. They were like just chatting away. I mean, it was over 2 hours long, and they could have gone longer. So it's great to be here tonight, and as you can see, we got a lightning news flash. It's an unboxing tonight. I was going to do this tomorrow, but I'm not. But look at this. So many things are going on right now. So Star Wars Day is coming this Saturday on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. So, and I got a gig, so that'll be cool. So I've got work to do to get ready for that. And not only practice, but I got to see if I can have a little something there. I mean, you know, if Pete were here, I might even joke with Pete about, about because I'm going to have some gifts, I think, to give away. I've done this before. I did this at my open jam when I was working that a few years ago at Diamond Music Hall. And one night I had a bunch of extra DVDs and things that I didn't need anymore. I weeded them out. And so then I was just doing trivia and tossing them. So maybe like I bought it on Blu-ray or something and I didn't need the DVD anymore. So I would do a quick trivia question. As soon as somebody got it, I just chuck a DVD out there at them. And so that was fun. So I weeded out a few things recently. And, you know, there might even be a moment where somebody's like, hey, I bought this and it's terrible and I'm going to give it away. Well, I'll tell you what, I just had a movie that I started watching and I had it on the show. I showed you the cover of it. And I don't even remember the name of it now. It's about a dog's courage. I think that's what it's called or something. And I said how adorable the cover was. And the film was disturbing. It was an animated film. And it wasn't disturbing like, oh, I'll watch this with the kids. It's just about the plight of a talking mouse with no cats in the country. So that's why they went there. And nothing like that. It's not that kind of, it was like tragic. Like in the beginning, I was like, I can't handle it. You know, I think it was supposed to be a social commentary on how animals are sometimes just dropped off somewhere. I'm like, oh my God. Because there was no backstory on this thing as to why the guy was dropping his dog off in the middle of nowhere with a bag of dog food. And then he throws the ball and drives away. God, it was horrid. There was no explanation. It just was. Blake says, wow. I'm just reading it. And then Drew says a double. Again, just reading. Hi, guys. JW is here. Deep Purple unleashed a great new song, Portable Door, earlier today. I was just talking about Deep Purple not long ago. We were talking about some of these reviews that they've had on their newer albums, like Whoosh, which is a few years old by now. But thank you. I will definitely do a deep dive into some of those because Steve Morse has been with the band now for a long time. What do you guys feel about that? If we're going to have a little bit of chat time while I'm going through this stuff that I have. And again, I was going to do this tomorrow morning, but I thought, you know what? Some of you guys are going to be hanging with Papa Pete and Jeff. And I thought this would be a great way to come right off of that. And plus I got a lot going on tomorrow. I got to do stuff in the morning, and everything. So that's what I was doing before the show. It's doing some measurements and stuff because we're going to be doing a reno. And so I'm like, oi. So I after I'm done here, I got to put stuff together and email it over to the interior decorator. So thank you for mentioning that. Today, and I actually meant to have this on here, but I mean, I'll mention it. Today is the 38th birthday for the release of Keel when they put out The Final Frontier, which, hold on, let's just get I gotta get rid of some of this, I can't remember what one of my students called it today. It was meant to not be nice, but I don't care. All right, so where are you? Okay. There we go. All right, there's one. There it is. Okay. There we go. And here it is. The Final Frontier. Ron gave me a really nice compliment one day. This is artwork by John Taylor Dismukes. I'll do a deep dive and see if I can get him on the show, because that is a guy, his artwork just speaks to me. I love it. And I'm going to do this, if you don't mind. Hoo-ha-ha, woochie-wachi. There you go. Boy, my hair is just like big. I'm like Captain 80s. I just got it a little trimmed and a little layered yesterday. So there you go. So yeah, let's get caught up here. Just show your kids courage to cowardly dog instead. Please do not do this other one. Good God. Please. Yes. Rock that like button. Get the hammer out and smash down on it. Thank you. And how are you, Lance? It's good to hear from you, man. Currently getting a goatee going, and it's coming in strong. It's funny. My son is, since I guess we all go through, a bits of change here and there, but he wasn't ever really able to grow a beard. And you can't imagine that being my kid, right? So, but but he got this style of facial hair situation from his grandfather on my wife's side. So, but it's starting to come in now. It's looking good. Final episode of That's Incredible aired on this date in 84. 84 was a good year for music. 49 years ago today, Starsky and Hutch premiered. Now that totally means something to me right there. That's it. And I'm getting ready I got to finish up that too. Right now I'm watching two different things. I'm trying to get through the whole 90s X-Men animated series. I'm on the second disc. Each one of them have 2 discs. And I'm on the third one, and I just put in disc 2. So I had some wings in upstairs. I'm also doing a late night gaming tonight. So on Go Game Go. So you guys can come over and hang out there. And if you want to play, you can play. A lot of times Saboteur pops in and plays alongside of me. 47 years ago today, Led Zeppelin set an attendance record for a single act concert at the Pontiac Silverdome outside of Detroit, which attracted 77,229 fans. Holy crap. I don't know about that. Do you think that's true? Or do you think there were a couple of people that got dragged to the show? I don't even know what the music is. I don't know why every pissed off person has to be a Valley person. Isn't that true though, when you do that? Oh, that's hilarious. I had somebody slam a computer shut today and they're like, fine. And I go, fine. And I walked out. Oh, I love my job. What are your feelings on Fiona? She was sort of poppy, but was on some metal guys' albums. Well, JW, I'm going to do this. Fiona Apple. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'd call him an acquaintance now. I'm not going to sit here and go, he's my friend, even though we're friends. We're friends on Facebook still, that kind of thing. But he's done a lot of things over the years. Rich Fortus is who I'm talking about, with Guns N' Roses. He's done all kinds of things, but I will message him periodically, and I don't expect, it's never like, oh, we know each other. We know of each other. We've known each other for years. I interviewed him when they became when his band The Eyes were here in town. In fact, that was in 1989. I interviewed him at his house, which is near where I am now. So anyway, but yeah, it's so yeah, I just found an old calendar. In fact, it's over there by the door. And it has all these different dates in it. In fact, also tonight here in St. Louis is out in Chesterfield area, Steve Vai and Joe Satriani are in town. And my buddy Joe, who I believe that's who I started a little campaign. And I can continue that. I need to start doing that. If Rush ever goes back on tour, they need to hire this guy, because Joe Kingsbury would be fantastic as the drummer. He's got the right personality, and just sharp individual, and very humble, but just amazing vocals as well. So he'd be great with doing some backing vocals even. So it would just be very, very cool. So Fiona, here we go. But I think Rich Fortus did some. I'm trying to remember if he did work with her. I think he did, because I remember I was messaging with him, or it's during one of my interviews that I did with him, where he was talking about some of the people that he had worked with. Let's see if I can. Fiona Apple. There we go. Okay. Yeah, she is 46 years old right now. She was born in 1977. I'll do a deep dive on that. Let's see. Vocals. She's been on Epic, Columbia Records, which are both kind of the same, and Clean Slate. So let's check out her discography, shall we? All right. So that's what. Okay. So discography. Lists of songs recorded by Fiona Apple discography. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's got list singles, titles across the. Okay, here. List of non-single songs released on albums that were not studio albums released by Apple. So Johnny Cash, she sang on that. She did Bridge Over Troubled Water and Father and Son. I guess that's Father and Son by Yusuf Islam, Cat Stevens. It's Only a Paper Moon, A Sleeping Bee. She did I Want You with Elvis Costello, I guess. She did Sally's song On the Nightmare Before Christmas. She did something, Come On and Get It, with Zach Galifianakis. David Garza, Sarah Watkins, Jackson Brown, Blake Mills, Andrew Bird, Jeff Goldblum, Don't Worry About Me, Matt Berenger, okay, Bear McCreary. All right, so there you go. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'd have to listen. Obviously, I know, and I can also see here that she's good. That she is very popular with some people, that many people want to work with her. So that's pretty cool. They have a picture here of her performing in 2008. I don't know what the last thing was that she did. But I don't know. Yeah. Idinteresting. I'll have to, she did Fetch the Bolt Cutters in 2020. And The Idler Wheel in 2012. Extraordinary Machine in 2005. 99 was When the Pawn. ... And 96 was Title. So it's my guess that she was pretty popular straight off the bat with that first record, I guess, right? And then kind of just I guess just kind of fell off. Some of that is just because of their, she's a September birthday, the 13th. Born in New York City. You know about that? Just one of those folks that I think just had one of those personalities that wasn't one of those personalities that was destined to hang on. So, yeah. Thanks for asking about that. 22 years ago today, the final episode of Spin City. Never watched that, really. I saw some of it, but never got into it. It ran from 96 to 2002. And Albert Meister, was born on this date 101 years ago, best known for his role as Grandpa Munster. There you go, Al Lewis. As soon as I read it, I'm like, I should know who this is. Wow. 101 years ago. Jeez. Not Fiona Apple, but Fiona from the 80s. With duet with Kip Winger. Okay. Well, why are they gotta have so many of them? I think actually that's the one that he played with. It wasn't Fiona Apple. I'd forgotten that they were both. Obviously, you can tell. Oh yeah, she also collaborated with Cash on Cat Stevens' Father and Son. Okay, so just Fiona. Simply Fiona. Fiona, singer. Okay, there. Fiona Ellen Flanagan was born. Wait. Is this right? Wait. No. Nah. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Hold on. What? Wait a second. Hold on. So okay. Get off of the screen. Get off the screen. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. I really don't know how to start this. I'm going to go back and see if anybody else is talking about this already. Okay. So wait. I'm glad I made the mistake because this is really weird. Fiona is born in 1961. Fiona Eileen Flanagan. I know a Flanagan. Known professionally as Fiona, is an American rock singer and actress, best known as the love interest in something. Okay, hold on, it gets better. Fiona Apple McAfee Fiona Apple McAfee Maggart. Oh, there you go. 77 is an American singer-songwriter. She released live albums from 96 to 2020, all of which reached something. Okay, but wait. Here's the weird thing. Both are 61, 77. Difference of 16 years, right? Both born on September 13th. Both born on September 13th. How about that? So, yeah. That's trippy. Okay, so she's an American. So Fiona. Simply Fiona. American rock singer, actress, best known for her love interest in the 87 Bob Dylan vehicle, Hearts of Fire. And she was born in Jersey after her parents moved from Dublin to the U.S. At the age of 18, she moved to New York, where she began her career as a singer in several bands. So there you go. I wonder. Probably doesn't say anything. I'll look forward to this. Fiona made her acting debut in the Miami Vice second season episode, Little Miss Dangerous. First aired on January 31st, 1986, when I was almost ready to start working on the radio. Her second album, Beyond the Pale, was released. The same as Jim Gaffigan. Beyond the Pale was released in 86. The album spawned 2 singles, Hopelessly Love You and Living in a Boy's World. Did I play that on the radio? No, that's 87. Okay. I don't know. She starred opposite Bob Dylan in a musical drama, Hearts of Fire. Fiona sings the film's title track, which appears on the film's soundtrack, along with 4 previously unreleased songs by Fiona. There you go. Sounds like a deep dive. That album also yielded 2 singles, Where the Cowboys Go and Everything You Do, You're Sexing Me, a duet with Kip Winger. Oh my. She has since released 2 subsequent studio albums, 92's Squeeze and 2011's Unbroken. There you go. That's about it. Fiona was once married to record producer Beau Hill. Shut your mouth. Who produced, played some instruments, and sang backing vocals. Well, he worked with Kip Winger. So she was also in a relationship with guitarist Reb Beach, who likewise performed on her second studio album, Beyond the Pale. There you go. There you go. All right. All right. So there you go. Lots to know about Fiona. How to do that. 90s X-Men was such a good time. It just had so much action and entertaining storylines and the characters. I do like how we're going through. It's not straight out of the comics. That's kind of what I like about it. It allowed Fox did it the way that Disney should have done it, which is just keep the characters what they are. All right. Because these are characters. If you can't do that, do your own thing. Just do your own thing. But don't bait fans and the public, because that's just wrong. I don't care what you want to call it, what label you want to stick on it. That's untrue. None of it is true. All of the things that they call people, that's terrible. That is terrible that people would ever, especially if you're in an entertainment business, and then you're out there just shaming, attempting to shame people. Oh, fanboys. Oh, boo-hoo. And you're like, why are you doing that? That is very rude and mean, and it's not nice. It goes against what you tell me you want. Why would you do that? And secondly, why would you not expect somebody to be upset about something that you've put a name on it and said, hey, guess what? You've been reading this character for years. Let's just say, for example, Shang-Chi. Okay. You've been reading this for years. And guess what? We're going to make a movie about it now. Isn't that nice? We're going to make a movie for you. Isn't that nice? So, yeah. So come and see it, because it's Shang-Chi and it's Marvel. Come see it. And then they leave the room and they're like, wait till we get his money. This is going to be great because it's going to put that name on it. So this voice, it's like, hey, it's going to be great. It's now, hey, yeah, we really got him this time. So you're like, that's really shitty. So yeah. But I am having fun going through this. Now, I do have to admit, Drew, that I'm doing this at 1.5 speed in order to get through these faster. That was a trick we used to do when I was a DJ. If things were running a little tight and you wanted to fill that void between, 12 after and 15 after to get that song in before you had to do the weather and news, then you had a little dial on the turntable. You could turn it up just a skosh and play it just a little faster, and it would get through it a little faster. So you could shave off maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds. God forbid you ever try to shave off a minute. Then it just turns into the Alvin Chipmunk show. Me too. And I'm going to be talking about that here in just, okay, hold on a second. Fiona from the 80s was engaged to Beau Hill for a while. Yeah. I'm trying to remember who was talking about Beau Hill. It wasn't Midnight Devils, was it? No. No, 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 no. It was my friend who's gonna be on the show tomorrow, I hope, I think. Brian, from Divine Sorrow. Bo Hill called him and chatted with him about the music and stuff. So that's interesting. She was backup singer for Warrant's Cherry Pie. Cool. And then I also found out that Mike, Mike Slamer did some work on those Warrant albums and Rat albums too. Mike Slamer's the guitar player with City Boy back in the day, and then ended up going. That was produced by Mutt Lange. Those albums were produced by Mutt Lange, and then he went on to be in Streets with Steve Walsh, and did two studio albums and a live album, and then went on to do work in Seventh Key with now I can't say his name. That's terrible. Bass player for Kansas now. Who's Shang Chiel? Yeah, I hear you. And voice Mario by Chris Pratt. Sure, I won't watch then. Well, I did enjoy that movie. I thought it was good. It was Terry Brock, absolutely. Yes, some very good work with Terry Brock. They do some great stuff. Now, I did not care for the new Sambora song or the new Motley Crue one. I just heard the new Motley Crue the other day. It is so overproduced. It just seemed to try to hit hard to fit with them. Yeah, exactly. John 5's still the bright spot. Yeah. Yep. It's also it was an anniversary recently for Rebel Yell as well. That album. I saw a post today with Steve Stevens. And sometimes I might be just a little bit late to those. I don't check Facebook all the time. I'm trying to do better, though, on my Facebook page and do better and start putting some things in. Crashing Wayward is another band that I need to dive into because they're out of Las Vegas and they're on Ron Keel's label. They're working through him. So I just saw their post today about playing in Salt Lake City. So I'm looking forward to having them on the show. So I need to get into some of their music and stuff and check it out. So there we go. All right. Let's see what we've got. What is this? Did you see Sesame Street's cover of Rebel Yell? No, I did not. I'll have to watch that. I heard Mario was good, but I'll only see it in Japanese. Because you understand Japanese? Is that why? After I got done seeing that, like I say, I've probably said it on the show before, either this one or Go Game Go, that they could easily, if they keep those movies at that quality and that pace, they could do those movies for the next 20, 25 years, because it's going to take a while to produce each one of those. So I talked about The Final Frontier. And I'm glad to have that and have it autographed. So yes, Steve Vai. Cool. This one is autographed. Did I get Flexible autographed? I'm trying to remember. I don't know why I grabbed that one too, but I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Maybe it's no. I always loved the Flexible album cover. It really was. I love this piece of artwork that's on here. I love that. It also appears on the disc itself. And then there's Steve. Such a cool guy. I had a chance to meet up with him two times, maybe 3 times, maybe twice at NAMM. But I met up with him at NAMM in California, and then I also met up with him here when he played the pageant, which now they're playing the factory tonight, which is built very much like that, like the pageant. Pageant's a great theater. Factory is really nice too. Just interesting. And then here is Passion and Warfare, and he's signed it there. You can see that. So that was neat. He was at a booth there for Carvin. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and I was telling him about getting my new bases a while back, and I told him, I said that I traded one of my other bases, and I couldn't think of the name of it. Carvin, that was it. But yes, one of my favorite albums probably of all time, and it's great to have the original cover, is this Surfing with the Alien by Joe Satriani. So who knows what he's playing tonight off of this? Could be probably playing Ice 9, I'm sure, Surfing with the Alien, probably Crushing Day, probably definitely Satch Boogie. I would hope that he would do why can't I say it? Always With You, Always With Me. That's a beautiful song. Was really interesting. He could do Lords of Karma too. But then let's see, did I get that autographed? I should have gotten that autographed, but I don't see it that it's autographed. Well, next time. And then here's the whole cover. I love this whole cover with the birth of Silver Surfer out of Galactus's hand there. Pretty cool. They don't have it like that anymore. All the new releases now have this silver illustrated guitar head going across. So this Silver Surfer doesn't exist. And this is a John Byrne, by the way. That's a John Byrne drawing right there. So Byrne. Yeah. So then he had Dreaming number 11. There you go. And this is when, oh, okay. So here's Not of This Earth, and you can see what I have in there. My backstage pass. This was a Motley Crue show, oddly enough, talking about Motley Crue. Motley Crue show. There's my autographed ticket. And it was up at Alpine Valley. It was a big multi-band thing. Opening was Johnny Crash, and then Bonham, and then Satriani, and Tesla, and Motley Crue. Of course, Alpine Valley is up Wisconsin way there, and where Stevie Ray Vaughan passed away when they were flying at night through not good flying conditions in a helicopter and hit one of the hills nearby. So, but yeah, then he had Flying in a Blue Dream, which they were talking about this, and uncredited is Huey Lewis on here. Huey Lewis does the harmonica solo for Big Bad Moon. Pretty cool. He was working in the same studio. They were talking about needing something in there, and thought harmonica would be great. So then Huey Lewis was right down the hall, and he went and talked to him, and Huey came in and did it in one take. Is my understanding. Honked that baby out. This is a CD I made. Utopia, Adventures in Utopia and Oblivion. I think that's maybe from the vinyl. I may have recorded that from my vinyl. So anyway, we have an unboxing, or many unboxings to do. But let's check this real quick. That's why the Minions are so successful. Is that the one with little green men? Oh, yes. Yes. Flexible. Yes. And I was just talking about one of my favorite Frank Zappa tunes. Very short, Baby Snakes. And that's from Shake Your Booty. But yeah, baby snakes, late at night is when they come out. I love that. Yes, good to have the Silver Surfer cover. I wish I had it on vinyl like that. But that was the first CD I ever bought down here in St. Louis at Vintage Vinyl. Do you think Lyle Mason had a laughable name? Possibly. Lowell Mason. Yeah, that's great. LOL. I'm not a huge fan of that, and I'll tell you why. Do you want to know why? I'll never use LOL. And here's why. I should have gotten some water. I'll never use it because I was working with somebody. I was backing them up for a gig up in my hometown. And we had a member that had an issue and couldn't do the gig. So I was like, well, I could look for somebody to replace them, but that's not my job. So I didn't. And then the person that was fronting this whole thing, it was their gig. Then they talked with another guitar player and they never came through. But in the meantime, they messaged all of us, texted all of us, whatever it was, with LOLs. I work at this restaurant. I don't know if I can, I don't even know at this point if I can make the gig. LOL. LOL. You can kiss my ass. LOL. I know right where you can kiss and then take that LOL and put it right where you just smooched and leave. Don't make a joke out of that. It's not funny. LOL. Oy. Anyway, I also wanted to just bring this up again too, because this is such a great piece of work. I saw it sitting down here and I put Slappy in the descriptor thing tonight because Slappy Marsden did this for, I would say for Papa Pete, but he also did it for me. It was great. This Ice Trek 2. You can get this shirt. You can get this on a shirt out there on TeePublic on Papa Pete's page. So you can check that out. If I had a link for Pete's page, I'd put it out there. Possibly, perhaps. No. All right, where do we want to start? I have vinyl. Should we start there or should we go somewhere else here? We'll wait. Okay. We'll wait. We'll put that over here. That's not an appropriate. You're absolutely right. It is not an appropriate use of that. I'm going to be watching some movies during summer break. I ain't got the time right now. Yeah. I've got some time. I really, well, maybe not. Maybe I really don't have the time. All right. So let's get started with this because this is pretty exciting. So I have a couple of really exciting things and I still have more on the way. Some things that were at great prices. So I got them. Now this I splurged a little bit, just a little, ever so muchly splurged a little. I don't normally do this, but I checked the price and I got to thinking about it. And I'm like, that's a pretty good price for everything I'm getting here. So how many times you've been on Amazon and you know that they're probably trolling you because all of a sudden something comes up, either that you've just talked about or because they kind of know you by now and they know that if they throw something up there and they have those new numbers now where they put the red and it says, hey, like 50% off. You're like, well, is it really, somewhere else would I really pay $200 for this? I don't know, but I bought it. And it looked really cool. Okay. That's all fluff. So what they had was, it was 50% off. It was $99. And it is the Beatles, the US albums. Okay. I don't know what, well, here, I'll show you this first. So there we go. That's the front of it. And there you go. The Beatles, the US albums. Okay. So what's included here, I can show you this. Just trying to see what all is on all the sides. So you got the apple. Speaking of apples, there you go on that other side. And you saw the top and the bottom is just all their stuff. But see 50th there. There you go. So what all is on here? Let's take a look. 13 original US albums presented in both mono and stereo. Replica miniature LP packaging. All right. So it has, the set includes Meet the Beatles second album, A Hard Day's Night, original motion picture soundtrack, Something New, The Beatles Story, Beatles 65, The Early Beatles, Beatles 6, and then it has Help, the original motion picture soundtrack, Rubber Soul, Yesterday and Today, Revolver, and Hey Jude. Now, on Yesterday and Today, it has like an adhesive cover, is my understanding. Let's go ahead and open this up, and we'll take a quick look, shall we? Okay, there we go. We're unboxing everything. There we go. Sealed no longer. All right. So I took a look at this video. They have a video out there showing this. So these things kind of drive me nuts, but I just fold them and put them inside. But they're flappy flaps, and I don't like flappy flaps. All right. They're the next best thing to Rise of Skywalker. They pissed me off. So anyway, here you go. You remember this? They did the Love show, right? So this has been out for a while. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, it's got a little squishy back here to make it nice and comfy in there, so it doesn't bang around. That's pretty nice. I suppose I've put on the Beatles. So here we go then. Take that out. Fantastic. Also comes with a booklet. All right, so here we go. Cool. All right. Yeah. See if we can just get the whole box out here. And then we'll take a look. See. So two of my favorite albums were in here, and that's why I thought I'd get this. Now, the other cool thing is, look, each one of these albums, there you go. It's like a recreation of the old album. But every one of them comes in this little plastic sleeve as well. So that's nice. It's almost when you put your vinyl in a plastic sleeve. So that's cool. So Meet the Beatles, first album by England's phenomenal pop combo. You're a pop combo. Can I have the pop combo, please? Sure. So yeah. Then here is, well, I got them kind of out of order. Beatles 6 there. That's pretty cool. You Like Me Too Much. That's one of the songs on there. You like me too much. How much do I like you? I don't know, but you like me too much. Something New. There you go. I need my magnifying glass. Like right now. And then you have the early Beatles. There is no new Beatles. Help. Well, there is that one song, but not my deal. Help. I need somebody help. Yeah, see, like here's the classic cover right there with the baby parts, the baby doll parts, and also the reason that Y&T's name exists. They took that Yesterday and Today and named a band, and then dropped that after 2 records and went ahead with Y&T. And then here's the Beatles story. Still got all about the Beatles story. That'll be fun. And the booklet. Why you look at that book? I always love that from Hard Day's Night. The grandfather. Yeah, in that book. It's hilarious. There you go. Beatles. Oh, it's a Hard Day's Night. Fantastic. Second record. There you go. Second album, She Loves You. And Roll Over Beethoven. And then here we go with one of my 2 favorite albums, Rubber Soul. Great record. Just so good. There's Beatles 65. There we go. And then my other favorite album, Revolver. Yeah, these will be great. And there's Hey Jude with the Ballad of John and Yoko. That's a really good record. I really like that. We had it on cassette, and I really enjoyed it. Hi, Beatles. Nice to meet you. Drew, you're a clever individual. So there you go. There we have it. And I'll get that other silly piece put in there at some point in time. All right, so that's big. That is big. Let's take a look in the bag here and see what else we got. All right, this is a bagged item, so it's got to be a shirt or a nightie or an 80, 90, 80. It's terrible. That's a bad joke. It's a bad joke. Yet a joke all the same. Hey, that's perfect that I open this up next because they had it on sale, so it's one of those things. I don't have enough T-shirts. Nobody laugh at that. Let's see here. Which do you like more? Turn On to Jesus or 5705? Let me get back to you on that. Because let me put it this way. I'm more familiar with 5705. And not only that, JW, I'm a little biased right now because I just literally listened to 5705 today. That's so weird. Hi, Beatles. Nice to meet you. Yes. And what you didn't have on, she didn't have on that on A track. What you didn't have that? No, I didn't have it on A track. And the cassette. I don't know where the cassette came from either, James. Nice to hear from you, by the way, brother. I was just talking to another friend of mine today. A big shout out to my buddy Rick Galliano as well. James and I worked in a band together for a while. And he was a fantastic drummer. Joe's in town tonight, James. He's over at overseeing Satriani and Vi. So there you go. I had to get it. US tour. Why? Because it's my birth year. Look at that. 1964. Yeah, man. That's the end of the Boomers. That was at the end. Save the best for last, So yeah, that's great. It goes along with my CDs there. All right, what else we got? I don't know. What else do we have? There's stuff. All right, let's take a look at this. This has that lovely feel and look of a DVD. And I do believe I told you guys about this the other day, but whether we all remember that, that's a whole other story. Last night, what was it I was checking out? Casey, in Television Gamer, Casey was doing a show last night, and they were talking about all the systems that they had, and I was blowing me away. And I'm like, geez, you guys are blowing me away, because I said probably the coolest thing I have is a classic 1970s Pioneer 8-track player that records. Talk about status. All right, so I heard this was really, really good that they got the master. They got the master tapes for this, the master footage, and they put it on Blu-ray. I already own it, but I thought it would be definitely worth getting. It was on sale a little bit, so I took it. I jumped on it, and it is Kolchak, the Night Stalker, the complete series, which it is the complete series, but it's, I don't know. I don't think this has the movies in it, which one was called the Night Stalker and one was called the Night Strangler. So, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Emmy nominee Darren McGavin reprises his role from the popular television movies The Night Stalker in 1972. Scared the crap out of me. In 1972, I was 64, so I was 8. And The Night Strangler the following year as Carl Kolchak, a headstrong investigative reporter on the trail of paranormal zombies, vampires, werewolves, ghosts, succubi, and even aliens. That's why this was Kolchak, the Night Stalker, was instrumental in influencing the X-Files. Here's the different people that are in this show. Scatman Crothers, Antonio Fargas, Tom Skerritt, Dick Van Patten, Jamie Farr, Phil Silvers, Jim Backus, William Smith, Julie Adams, Kathy Lee Crosby, Carolyn Jones, Tom Bosley, and many more. I don't remember many more. It also has Simon Oakland, who plays his boss, and Ruth McDevitt. Oh yeah, she's from the Birds. She is from the Birds. So I don't know. They mentioned the movies, and I don't think that they're on here, but I own them on DVD. But it would really be nice if I opened this up. Shall I open it up and see if they're on there? Because I'm going to open this up. They say it's beautiful though. They say it's not grainy. It's really nice because they were able to get the mastered stuff and then go from there to make the remasters. Somehow I just come back to being British every time. It's part of my heritage. Whether I do it well, that's up to somebody else to tell me. But please don't. Because I couldn't take it. Yeah, I could. All right, so let's see if here's a booklet. It's got a booklet. So let's see what happens here. We're looking. Yeah, it looks like it starts it's just the shows. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. Like I say, I own the movies. And then they don't, also the funny thing is I watched that deep dive that Dan had done that I'm talking to about being on the show sometime soon. When he did his report about the Kolchak, the Night Stalker show, on his thumbnail, you'll notice the other face that's on there. And I mentioned it before that face is the guy that's in the Norless tapes, which was kind of a predecessor to this. It was kind of interesting because she doesn't hire a cop to investigate this situation. She hires like a reporter to investigate it when her husband is dead and he keeps coming back to life and he's building a sculpture to become real. All right, so let's see what else we have here. All right. It's papery. You ready? Here we go. This needs to be a sound effect. You ready? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's the remaster. Wow, that's a really interesting cover. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. It is a relief cover. The price was right, so it wasn't like it was super expensive because I'm super cheap. Cheap. So I don't know, but it said that it was like this embossed cover, and it is. That's pretty cool. Oh, and it's like the most of it is a matte yikes. What is this? Okay, let's be careful. See, I have to get this piece of tapey thing off of here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it's like a digipack, right? So it's cardboardy with the plastic insert, but look at this. You see that? That 3D sheen. Not to be confused with Martin Sheen. So there. It's like an embossed cover. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like some digipack stuff too. It's nice and light. Oh, and here's speaking of digipacks, here's another one. I'm gonna take a dish and I'm gonna put it on a heat so it don't get stuck to nothing else. I'll just open this up first real quick here, and then I'll show it to you. Yeah. I went ahead and ordered it. They were here in town, but I missed it. And it probably was a great little intimate show. And that is Mammoth with Wolfgang Van Halen. Mammoth 2, as you can see there. So, yeah, I have the first one. And then I'm kind of watching the price on the vinyl. It's not that bad. I could get it already. I mean, the price isn't that bad. It's just $25. But I don't know. At the time, I was like, this is enough. I'm getting enough. I don't need to do more. Oh, okay. So I'm out there, right? I'm a Marvel fan, and oddly enough, I'm an Iron Maiden fan as well, right? Huge Iron Maiden fan from back in 1982, right? And so then I look out there. I'm looking for a Maiden shirt. Why, I don't know, because I don't need another one really. But then it says something about Marvel and Iron Maiden. And look what I found. This is Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Maiden. So here it's got a little narrative that says, another time, another place, a hollow universe in space. There you go. Iron Maiden, Marvel. So I don't know if anybody's collected the Iron Maiden comics. They are gorgeous. Gorgeous comics. And I'm hoping. So let's see if I can get this here. So there you go. You see all the different characters. And then they have Eddie from Somewhere in Time. I saw that tour as a great. That was great. So yeah, so I bought it. It's kind of big. I don't know. I kind of buy them extra large now, so they'll kind of shrink a little bit. I can leave them in the dryer a little longer, and they'll eventually just kind of shrink down a little bit. I don't want to go too far, but you know, it looks like I have one more thing left. Seems like I might have something else. I do have some other cool shirts on the way too, though, that were really cool. That's why they're cool shirts too. Just think. All right. Oh, hello. There goes a card. Oh, okay. So, all right. So I'm at school, right? And we're chatting about Judas Priest, right? And we're talking about the things that we have. And my friend at school says that he has a copy of it's a compilation album. And I said, well, is it, you know, kind of sand colored with this painting of this warrior walking forward with a shield? And I said, that's Hero. Is it Hero? Yeah. And he goes, no, it's like a black cover, and it's got like these warriors on it. And I said, oh, that's the earlier best of Judas Priest with the samurais on the cover. And he goes, yeah, that's what it is. I was like, okay. So I look it up. Well, come to find out, yep, this is it. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Okay, so here it is. If you haven't ever seen this, I passed on buying this years ago on vinyl. Okay, I could have had this on vinyl, but I already had all these songs. And then Hero came out anyway. And even though this artwork is cool, the artwork on Hero really speaks to me. If you want to see it, I can grab it. It's just right back there. But no, you know what? It might just be down here. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Anyway, but Hero is one of those albums. In fact, I'm awaiting it now. And it's Rockarola. Actually, if you can see that. This is the one I talked about recently, where the artwork is the same. It's done by Melvin. Melvin's also the person who painted Hero, but this artwork is also used on a video game called Ballistic. Anyway, so anyway, we're reading up on this best of Judas Priest. Well, somebody had a report out there about the reality or truths behind this album, because if you look on the back here, the best of goes here, right? It's just these songs, right? Now, all this extra stuff down here is interview stuff. Now, they're having an issue because this is Insight Series interview with original Judas Priest drummer John Hinch. So you have tracks 9 through 16, which are all of the tracks that are interview pieces with him. Some are 5.5 minutes, whereas others are just over a minute. All right. It says Halford finds Priest, Priest finds audience, dual guitars, songwriting, What's in a Name, Gull Records, Whiskey Woman, Victim of Changes, and Rob Halford. So these are all interview pieces with John Hinch, who, if you remember, I mean, I showed it once. If you've watched it again, then you remember me saying, after working with drummers John Hinch, Alan Moore, and Simon Phillips, how did you end up, and Les Binks, how did you end up getting a permanent drummer and Dave Holland, and why did you do that? So that was my question backstage. But I read about this, and they were talking about how some of these interviews, they're trying to fight against it because it's not true. They're saying some of what's being said on here by John Hinch is not reality. Ain't that the way it goes, though? I don't know. But anyway, I flipped out that I got it because, first of all, I got it. Secondly, I was telling my friend today, I picked it up for $3.99 with $3.99 shipping. So $8. How about that? You got to love it. So yeah, some good pickups, and that should be neat. I got some other things on the way. Iron Maiden related, not surprisingly. Got a gig this weekend. Looking forward to that. Got to get my stuff together tonight to do that. And then get stuff ready for the house. So it's going to be a busy time. We're almost to summer at school. So that's a good thing for me. It's a good thing for Blake as well, right, Blake? Blake's getting ready for that too. I would throw all this plastic on the floor, but my cat tends to chew on it. And I don't need that. Then he gets sick. And I don't need that. So all the best to everyone out at the Satriani Vi show. I would like to have been there tonight, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, there's so much going on right now. So, and I just charged up all of my batteries for my camera. So I'm getting ready for the gig for that so I can record some more and do that. But let's take a look at where we are here before we go. I had the Boston debut and Left Overture and Pieces of 8. I never gave up on them till the late 90s, but they gave out on me. Ah, shoot. Yeah. I never had Pieces of 8 on 8-track. We had Equinox on 8-track. I used to listen to it all the time. And there was a point in time where I'd read through my comics, especially like Master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi, when I'd read through the comics, and then I would just put on cool music and just look at the pictures. It was kind of neat. But yeah, Boston. I don't think we had the debut album, but we had, and I still have it. Oh, excuse me. I still have it back there is Don't Look Back. I have that on 8-track. And Kansas, as far as Kansas is concerned, Left Overture. I may have had that. I think. Yeah. You can go wild with a recording 8-track like that. I know, right? It's just, where is it going to go? Ka-chunk. Your song's going to stop and ka-chunk, and then it goes on again. I had Richard Pryor's comedy albums on 8-track. Wow. And of course, I showed my Judas Priest ones because that's where I first heard Judas Priest, Hellbent for Leather. UHF gets a 4K in June. Thanks for letting us know that. That's a great movie. If you have 4K and you're waiting for that, there you go. June. Not far. I revisited the classic video Fat earlier today. How'd you like it? I know it stands up. It still stands up, I'm sure. I like me some Digipack cover. So got to do a deep dive on Maiden. Yeah. Sick Iron Maiden. I know, it's so cool. I can't wait to wear it. I have an Iron Maiden mirror with the devil on it. You mean like the square, like they used to make those? I had a Uriah Heep one. They're like 12 by 12. Is that what you're talking about? One of those mirrors. School's Out for Summer. That's right. School's Out Forever. I had Kiss Alive on 8-track. Was that 2? James, was that 2 tapes? I'm just eager to know. Yeah. It's a good movie. It probably would be a good idea to watch. That you could do a triple bill there, couldn't you? You could do FM and UHF and what's the Airheads? You could do all 3 of those in a day. That'd be fun. Start at lunch, have some lunch, and watch whichever one you want to start with. If you could watch Airheads FM, maybe you've not seen FM, but I'm going to tell you, it's a great movie. It's got great music in it. It's a fun movie. Let's put it that way. It's a fun movie. All right. So if you had UHF, Airheads, and FM, even if you've never seen FM, take my word for it. Okay. What would you put first? Would you put FM in if you haven't seen it and watch it first? Because it's worth it. With Cleavon Little and Martin Mull and Cassie Yates and what's the other gal's name? Eileen Brennan, and other character actors. But then it has cameos. I'm going to say it again. I've already said this on the show before, but cameos from Tom Petty, Jimmy. That's so terrible. Buffett, Linda Ronstadt, and Ario Speedwagon. Oh, God, get out of here. I'm just so losing it. My bad. Oh, it's Rock and Roll Over. Okay. All right. That's cool. Still a great record, man. Still a great record. Senior Brain kicked in. Yeah. It's happening to me. It just happened to me right there. Jimmy who? Jimmy Buffett. Dummy. Hey, dummy. So yeah, it gets me all the time. I'd be terrible on a freaking game show because I'm like, oh, I think I've mentioned on this show before too, where I was talking about a trivia one time and they played a certain part of a song and I'm like, I'll get it. And I kept trying to get it. And another guy on my team, the new guy, was like, yeah, I just don't know. I'm like, shut up. I'm thinking. I felt like Ralphie. Don't bother me. I'm thinking. Oh, what am I doing, guys? I'm sorry. Before I go, we didn't do this. All right. I looked down. I'm like, hey, speaking of dummy. All right. So what happens on Discogs, if you've never been out there on Discogs to find some vinyl, I may get out there tonight and take a look for something for someone. But if you've not been out there on Discogs before, it's pretty cool. You can find all sorts of records. You can find information on those records, like who was on them and who produced it, and all the different. It'll have all the different releases that there were through the years. But then when you go to buy it, so if you're looking up a record, like let's just say the Gods, right? So you're looking up the Gods, their debut album, right? Not what was it? What, Mongolians? Is that what one of them was? Or anyway. So I wasn't familiar with any of the Gods' other albums, but they're good. So listen to all of the Gods. Now that's Godz, the Gods. Ken Hensley was involved with a band called Gods. Godz, I think, not the God. But anyway, so the ones I'm talking about came out in 1978. It's got a golden chariot with kind of a devil face at the top, and it's just flying through the mountains. It's a painting. And it's just flying by itself. So anyway, check that out. And they have other albums that are really good too out there. So check them out. So anyway, you can look up the album, and then it'll tell you where it starts, where the price starts. And then you can check out just that's very nice. Wait till you get a load of this. I want to at least, after I show you and tell you what happened here, I want somebody in there to type, okay? Somebody can do that. Who's good at that? If everybody wants to do it, you can. Okay? So I order something, and then it says, if you find something else, there's no shipping. So a lot of times the shipping, sometimes if you find the right copy and you find the right seller, the shipping can be just as much as the piece itself. All right. But this said, if you find something else, no more shipping. It'll all ship together. So I found something that I wanted, but then after I'd ordered it, then they said that one of the vinyls wasn't as good a shape as they thought. It was still in very good shape, but it wasn't mint. So I was like, oh, and so I'll show you that in a second, and you'll see what they did. So I thought it was very sweet. That's very nice of them. I'm going to have to make sure I do something. So anyway, this is a great record if you've never gotten into this band before. If you want a great band to get on vinyl. Now, make sure you listen to some of it first, because you may be into this era of this band more than this era of the band. But it's all great stuff. It's just depends on what you like. And that's a band called Mother's Finest. So this is called Iron Age. I do believe it's from 1982. And it's got this great opening track that I really want to do in my band. Let's see here what it says. Let's see. Where's the date? 81. Okay. On Atlantic Records. And it's got a great song called Moving On from it that I'd really love to do in my band. So if you've not checked out that, the two albums I always suggest is Iron Age and Another Mother Further, which oddly enough, I saw at my friend's house recently when I went there. The other one is another copy of this because I love to collect them, and the price was right. And that is, hold on, it's got put together a little differently here. And that's British Lions with an S, British Lions with an S. Not Lion, which has Steve Harris. This has an S. And it has members formerly of Mott the Hoople with John Fiddler, who would end up being in Box of Frogs, which I wouldn't know about until decades later. Like 3 years ago. That's when I found out. So that's cool. That's a nice copy too. The covers. Look at that. Okay. All right. This one stays with me. This is not a gift. This one stays with me. This cover, holy shnikes. First of all, it's in beautiful shape. Okay. There is there's a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of a crease, it seemed like somewhere, but not, well, see, obviously I'm looking for it. So I really don't see it. All right. So this cover, shit, looks like you just opened it. This cover, I would say, is in mint condition. But if you notice, look at this corner. Okay. See the corner? Look at this corner. See the corner? Look at that corner. Corner. Look at that corner. It's all good. Look at this down the spine. That's sexy. All right. But the main thing is not a cutout. Near mint condition cover. And I'm sure the vinyl is the same. And it's not a cutout. There's no cuts in here. There's no cut off corners. Most of mine over there are like that. Wow. Brilliant. Jeez whiz. Okay. Who's ready with an awe? Okay. Just be ready because here it comes. So that's what happened. I ordered it and I ordered those and I ordered this one. And they said, look, it's not as good as I thought. So it's still good, but it's not what I said. So look what they wrote. Free. They gave that to me for free. They refunded me. I saw the refund on my account too. So that's great. 3 to the power of 3, 1988. So let's see what shape this is in. So I think they were saying that I don't remember. I think they were saying the vinyl wasn't as good. I never replied back to them, which, that's not smart on my part, but all the same, it happens. Wow. But I don't know. The cover's in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of wear here, but you notice you see that? It's a promo copy. So that's pretty cool. But no, otherwise though, the spine's pretty good. It's not quite as flat as I would love to have it, but you can read it, you can see it, and it's not blown out. These are great. Thank you, person who sent this to me and made these available. This is great, man. I'm impressed and happy and thankful and appreciative and giddy. How about giddy? That's a good one. All right. Yeah, I'm not butthurt about that at all. That's really cool. What a great record. So yeah. And what a great price. Free. All right. So there you go. I'm glad. Geez, I'm glad I remember to do that. I look down next to me. I'm like, yikes, vinyl. Duh. Then I'd have to be a big red fox and go, you big dummy. So, all right. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Thank you very much, Drew. That's a very nice awe. It's got the small A. I like it. So it's like, so here we go. Let's work our way up. I'm willing to bet that British Lion will be Steve Harris's new Iron Maiden. That is not how I feel. It's just not dynamic enough. It's not there. The vocals not there. You could be the host of the game show and just say no wrong, big dummy when they get it wrong. No wrong, big dummy. Now I got to record that. That's going to be great. This is another no wrong, big dummy production. We'll be back after these messages. So anyway, so cool. Judas Priest with John Hinch. Now I looked today because I told my buddy, I said, guess what? I got it for $3.99 with $3.99 shipping. What? Man, I'd like to have one of those. Okay, let's look it up. Well, they had one, but it was $10.99 with $3.99 shipping. So, and Mammoth 2, cannot wait to check this out. Our buddy JD said he really likes both of them. So, and I've listened to this one too. I listened to it on streaming. And then there you go, the embossed glossy angel on Sad Wings of Destiny. Really cool. And Kolchak, the Night Stalker on Blu-ray. There you go. Do check out the Norliss tapes if you can. Also, I'm going to deep dive into another movie that I'm going to try to watch. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. I got a lot to do tomorrow, though. I'm taking the day off, and I got a lot to do. And we have, again, the Iron Maiden Marvel shirt. Maybe I'll wear that tomorrow when I go out running around doing my errands. And, of course, the Beatles shirt. Why? Because of my birthday year when they came to America. Right before I was here. And, of course, the U.S. releases by the Beatles. That's a fantastic box. If you guys are interested, I will take a look real quick and see if I can check it out on Amazon, see if they have the price on that still. Let me see here. I was also looking at some of these, the Evercade releases. I know Casey was taking a look at those. And I was like, oh, there's the Pico one. I was just looking at that. All right, let me see if I can find me oldies. Yeah, I don't think I need to just go somewhere else and look. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Hang on. Hang on. I'll find it. Maybe. There. Close. I'm almost there. Okay. It's not going to do it. So let's take a look here. Best of Judas Priest. That's my AI voice for the day. All right. Oh, and I got to order that tonight. There it is. Oh, wow. $30 on vinyl. Audio CD. Let's see what we got here. Is this the same one? Honestly, I don't think this is the same one. Yeah, no, that's not it. Because you have to find the one that has the extra tracks on it. So see if we can find that. Oh, they have. No, I don't know. What is that? Okay. I don't think that's it. That's not it either. Wow, isn't that weird? It's hiding from me now. Okay, I don't know. They got multiple pages here, so we'll see what happens. Judas Priest, the official coloring book, coloring with an OU in it. That is official. That's about as official as it gets. Does anybody have any of the Judas Priest books? I do. I'm eager to read. I have KK Downing's book and Rob Halford's. Rob Halford has a new book, I think. Okay, I don't. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, well, there it is. Some bitch. And if you're wondering why I'm saying that, it's because they had the original Rockarola album cover. They didn't have that really available the other day when I was looking it up. And even if they did, it was really expensive. But they have it here. You can get the CD now for $17.15. But they do have that one. It's a little cheaper. Let's just do that real quick. All right. So anyway, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't see it now at all. I don't see the best of Judas Priest. Well, I guess I can go into, let's try this. I'll go into my orders and then I'll see if I can pull it up from there. Cause that's what I did earlier today. So here we go. Best of : Okay. All right. You know what? Okay, I'm just going to be that guy. All right. I'm going to do it. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go here and we're going to pick it up. The other thing that I'm doing right now is I'm getting the power supply for my Atari system. So that's the other thing I'm doing. Geez, I got to keep changing this. Ugh, monkeys with butts. They pretty much all have butts, I think, isn't it? True? True, yes. Yes, true. All right, so use that. And yes, to go there. No, not there. So hopefully you guys have gotten some cool music. You're into some stuff. I'm just like I say, I talked to my buddy out in California today, and hopefully I'll get him on the show soon, and we'll talk about working together when we used to both work together at St. Louis Music. Where is, oh, hi, use this. Okay. There we go. Now we're set. So I'm going to get a new power supply for my Atari 2600. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's do it. All right. So everybody, I hope you have a great rest of the week. I'm sorry. Let's see what we've got here. I prefer black wings. Not sad wings. Paint them black, please. Have you heard whom God's destroyed? No, I haven't. Did you tell me about them and I haven't checked them out yet? Because maybe I did check them out. Once again, ain't got the time to watch a movie or anything else. Okay. We should all record our AI voices before they do. Amen to that. Amen to that. Very good. All right. Well, let me put this up real quick. This is going to be tomorrow, episode 36 on May 1st, May Day. And the one thing about this is my mom, who's now been gone for about 10 years, that is her birthday. So we'll be celebrating her birthday tomorrow, and hanging out and talking with Brian from Divine Sorrow. So do yourself a favor. They have 3 albums out there. And so check those out. And I'm still hoping to get a hold of those so I can listen to all of them. And I won't be able to chew through them before the show tomorrow, but that's okay. We're going to just be talking about what the band is and where they're going. It's not about, for me, this, it's not about all the stuff that has been. I don't need to drag somebody through their history. But it's about what's important to them and where they are right now and what's coming up. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging with me tonight. I'll see you guys in just about 30 minutes on Go Game Go. We'll be doing a late night gaming. So be sure and hang tight for that. In the meantime, we got just a little bit of this. So everybody's got some great plans this weekend. I got a gig on Saturday night out of the St. Charles Music House. Edge of Blue is out there. And then Sunday night, I'm going to see Judas Priest. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.